Well, the purpose of this video is to tell the story of the organization IFAMA International Conference in Brazil, the city of Ribeirão Preto, 2025. So it was a challenge for us to have this conference in Brazil, but we want to keep the memories, the good moments that we had, and this is why we are producing this video. We had a previous experience in organizing large conferences here in Ribeirão Preto, in Brazil, the Brazilian agribusiness capital, when we, in 2005, together with my cousin and Harvard professor Roberto Fava, we led a team that organized the SOBER conference in Brazil, which is Brazilian's largest and most traditional agricultural economics and agribusiness conference in Ribeirão Preto, 2005, at the School of Economics, Business and Accountancy, FIAP, from the University of São Paulo. So to bring IFAMA to Brazil was a dream, and we had several discussions at the board meetings that I had a chance to participate for 18 years, and always Brazil was a possibility. But then, receiving a great support of past President Aidan Connolly, we decided that 2025 was a great moment to bring it to Brazil. So this conference is very important, probably is the most important agribusiness conference in the world. It is very traditional. This organization and the conference, they were created by Professor Ray Goldberg and his colleagues from Harvard. Ray Goldberg is the person also that created the concept of agribusiness. So for us, it was a challenge because we're talking about a 4-day conference with 500 people coming from 40 different countries. And we knew that Ribeirão Preto, for an international person, offers some questions towards logistics, because you have to either drive a car or take a flight, different from the one that you came into Brazil. But we had a strong support from IFAMA community to receive a lot of people here. There were no complaints at all, and we were able to perform the conference. The major difficulties always are linked to financial structure of a conference. It's very expensive to do a conference, to bring people from outside, but we were very fortunate to receive full support of the International Food and Agribusiness Management Organization, which is IFAMA, and several Brazilian and multinational companies that helped to make this dream come true and put money in order to have Brazil organizing its first IFAMA conference in more than 35 years. The 5 days of IFAMA conference in Ribeirão Preto also had what we call the academic symposium. In this academic symposium, we do a call for papers. These papers are research done by people all over the world. So they send it in order to be evaluated, to be reviewed, and to be selected for presentation during the symposium. The 2025 symposium of IFAMA conference in Ribeirão Preto happened inside Harven Agribusiness School. It was the first time that Harven had a chance to receive 200 people from 40 countries, maybe 45, 60, 50, 60 different universities. So they came into campus and they were able to deliver their papers and also deliver some case studies that were not used for the competition, but will be used for the researchers, practitioners during their classes in the coming year. So now I'll invite you to see some of the pictures of the symposium that was held by Harven Agribusiness School. One of the important parts that we have during the IFAMA conference is the case study competition. We have 20, 30 teams of 4 students from different universities all over the world competing with a jury that's going to do a judgment and elect the best team for undergraduate students, for graduate students. And this year we were very fortunate because we had 2 case studies. One about Atvos, that is a leading company in the bioenergy sector. And the second one was about SLC, one of the largest agricultural companies in Brazil, managing more than 500,000 hectares. So the students could discuss these cases, participate in the competition, and come to a final winner. Now I'm inviting you to see the opening ceremony of IFAMA 2025 in the city of Ribeirão Preto. You're going to see several authorities of Brazilian agribusiness and also global agribusiness. We were very fortunate to have all these people participating during this opening session that is already a historical piece for our organization. Take a look at it.
Sejam muito bem-vindos à Conferência Global do IFAMA. É uma honra receber a todos vocês no Brasil e em Ribeirão Preto. Durante os próximos dias, você fará parte de uma experiência única de conexão, aprendizado e transformação. O tema escolhido, Potencializando Alimentos e Bioenergia, que será apresentado pelos principais especialistas mundiais, nos convida a refletir e agir sobre os desafios e oportunidades que moldam o futuro do agronegócio no mundo. Serão momentos intensos, com painéis de discussão, sessões acadêmicas, visitas técnicas, competições estudantis e muito network. Aqui, líderes globais compartilham conhecimento. Estudantes mostram seu talento e negócios acontecem. Este evento é possível graças ao apoio de parceiros que acreditam na força transformadora do agronegócio. Nosso agradecimento especial aos patrocinadores. Agora é hora de abrir os olhos, expandir os horizontes e aproveitar tudo que a Conferência Global do IFAMA 2025 preparou para você. Prepare-se para viver uma jornada de inovação, conhecimento e colaboração. Sejam bem-vindos! O futuro do agronegócio começa agora.
So, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. All right, I am Renata Maron, a Brazilian journalist, and I have been covering the agribusiness sector for more than 20 years. So I believe that's my mission, not just a passion. Because in the last 20 years, I have been the opportunity to cover more than 20 countries around the world, besides the Brazil. So imagine, last week I was in Mato Grosso State, and in the past years, for example, at least, Aaron, 6 times in Middle East to know more about the political issues in that place, to know more about how to produce food and how to produce, for example, vegetables in greenhouses. So because there, we know the 22 countries of Arab sides, they don't have our soil, they don't have our water, or even our climate. So it's very difficult to produce. And here in Brazil, we have all of this. So it is a very pleasure and an honor to be here with all of you to celebrate the annual IFAMA World Agribusiness Conference, celebrating the number edition of 35. So here is IFAMA, but there, United States, is IFAMA, so you can say the both. And I have a question to all of you. In 2050, we are going to have about almost 10 billion people around the world. So what do you think, Aurelio Pavinato and Carlos Feliceri? Do you think it's a problem or do you think it is an opportunity? I see here in Brazil have the key, the opportunity, because here we can balance the food production and face the climate change together. And we are here to show and to share all these cases and experiences with our audience in these days. So we are here to discuss the next steps for our global food system, technology, resources, public and private policies, our role in this new world with many conflicts. We know we are facing a lot of conflicts, and especially the role of Brazil is so important at this time. So we are grateful of our sponsors right now, Diamond sponsor, Carmeuse, Gold sponsors, São Martinho and Ouro Fino, Silver sponsors, Amage and Nestlé, Bronze sponsor, Casa Bugre, and Case competition sponsors, SLC and Ativos. We are also thank you so much to all exhibitors, supporters, media partners, and each one of you that are participating in this event. So, and we know Marcos Fava Neves and Roberto Fava that the representative of our agribusiness here in Brazil is so important because we are 25% of our GPD. So we are the role, the key that can be more efficiency in the road. And you know that we have more than 28 million jobs that are generated by the agribusiness sector. And we know that Mariângela Hungria is the researcher of Brazilian, of Embrapa, that received this year the World Food Prize. So you have that data to celebrate, and I think it's a good opportunity to share this kind of information also here. So let's begin our opening ceremony, and we invite to the stage, please give a round of applause to our Aidan Connolly, President of Agritech Capital and President of IFAMA, please. Okay, let's continue. So we are going to receive right now Marcos Fava Neves, Conference Chair and Chancellor at Harven Agribusiness School. Please come to the stage. Let's receive also Shahin Zayer, Chairman of SEB Educational Group, please. Let's receive also Diana Bizoin Lopes, CEO of FB Group. Come to the stage, Caio Carvalho, President of ABAG São Paulo. Now we are going to receive Jacir Costa Filho, President of COSAG Fiesp. And come here also Monica Bergamaschi, Chair of the Board and Vice President of ABAG. Oh, sorry, she's not here, but we are going to receive other informations right now. So let's start with you, ladies and gentlemen. Please rise for the Brazilian National Anthem.
Ouvindo no Ipiranga as margens máximas de povo heróico, brado, retumbante, liberdade, raios fúlgidos, brilhou no céu da pátria nesse instante. Se o penhor dessa igualdade conseguimos conquistar com o braço forte, em teu seio, ó liberdade, desafia o nosso peito à própria morte. Ó pátria amada, idolatrada, salve, salve, Brasil, um sonho intenso, um raio vívido, de amor e de esperança a terra desce. Sem teu formoso céu risonho e límpido, a imagem do cruzeiro resplandece. Gigante pela própria natureza, és velho, és forte, envolve do colosso, e o teu futuro espelha essa grandeza. Terra adorada, entre outras mil, és do Brasil, a pátria amada, dos filhos desse sol, és mãe gentil, pátria amada, Brasil. Deitado eternamente imenso e esplêndido, ao som do mar e à luz do céu profundo, fulguras, ó Brasil, florão da América, iluminado ao sol do novo mundo. Do que a terra mais garrida, teus risonhos lindos campos têm mais flores, nossos bosques têm mais vida, nossa vida no teu seio mais amores. Ó pátria amada, idolatrada, salve, salve, Brasil de amor eterno seja símbolo, olá para o teus templos estrelado, e diga o pendilouro desta fórmula, mas no futuro e glória no passado. Mas segues a justiça clava forte, verás que o filho teu não foge à luta, nem teme que te adora a própria morte. Terra adorada, entre outras mil, és do Brasil, a pátria amada, dos filhos deste sol, és mãe gentil, pátria amada, Brasil.
All right, now we are going to welcome all of you, Marcos Fava Neves, our conference chair. Please, come on, yes.
Good morning to all the participants here, mostly to our friends that came from far away, from other countries. We are so happy to receive you in Ribeirão Preto, to the authorities that we have here that came from São Paulo, came from Brasilia, to say hello to the participants of our conference. I will have a chance to talk to you a little bit more before the presentation of Aurélio Pavinato, so I'm going to be very short here, just telling you the dream that we had of bringing this conference to Brazil. And I see several friends here that stimulated us a lot, as Hector Lawrence, Johan van Rooyen, past presidents of IFAMA, Esteban Brenes, several friends here, my friends from University of Buenos Aires that in front of me, they always telling you should bring the conference to Brazil after several years. We've never been to Brazil. So then, together with our partner, Shahin Zahir from Grupo SEB, we went to the last conference in Spain, in Almeria, and we did the proposal to bring it finally to Brazil, because now we have a place to put the conference in, that is Harven Agribusiness School. And it was, until now, a wonderful experience. We are coming to the business forum. We expect around 400 to 500 people here. Some of them are still struggling to get in the mall because it's closed. It just has one entrance, but it's going to work well. And in this moment, I just want to say thank you because you made our dream a reality. So we had a lot of papers that were sent. We have a lot of people here, and mostly we want to show you how organized Brazil is in the area that you have your interest, which is food and bioenergy production. So we selected very good guys to come here and to tell their story the next 2 days, and I hope that you can go back home much better than when you came in this morning, with much more knowledge than when you came in. So I just have to thank you for making our dream become a reality. We are starting, and again, a big thank you for the ones that took 3, 4, 5 flights. We have a friend here from South Korea. We could follow him coming, and took a bus or a cab because we're out of the international airport system. But now you made it happen, so let's enjoy these coming 2 days. Thank you all for coming. One of the most emotional moments of IFAMA 2025 was the recognition of Décio Zilberstein as the Agribusiness Person of the Year. Décio Zilberstein is the person responsible for us to join IFAMA. I remember going with him to my first IFAMA conference in 1994 in Caracas, Venezuela. And then he took a lot of Brazilians. These Brazilians took a lot of over Brazilians, and a lot of people joined IFAMA because of Décio Zilberstein. He's one of the fellows of the organization, and we were able to do him a special ceremony, a special award during the conference in Ribeirão Preto. I will ask you to watch and get also emotion as we got. Just a minute of your attention before we deliver the gifts. I have to show 3 pictures for you guys. Yesterday, I had a chance to tell you at the first speech about the importance of this book, Décio, from Ray Goldberg, 1957, that brought us the concept of agribusiness. So we have a lot of students here, we have professors, we have people from the industry. So this is the most important international book because it brought us the concept of agribusiness. Then we have the Brazilian book, which is the most important, and it was written by 3 friends of us, Décio, Ney Bittencourt Araújo, Ivan Vedequim, and Luiz Antônio Pinazzi. It's always important to bring the history and the beautiful stories to make them permanent, to make them always remembered. And then, why is IFAMA here today in Ribeirão Preto? Or why are you here? I have to show you the last slide. That's the picture that you can see here. In Caracas, IFAMA 1994 was the first chance that I had to be in a conference. And you can see these pictures from there. Dr. Ney Bittencourt de Araújo, myself, and who are you seeing up there? Dr. Décio Zilberstein. And I want you guys to realize that you are in front of the most important agribusiness researcher of Brazil, Dr. Décio Zilberstein. All the master's PhDs that you have nowadays were supervised by Dr. Décio. Now we come to the closing session of the conference. At this time we are much more relaxed because the conference was a huge success, but we could also receive some participants of the Brazilian agribusiness coming from the public sector, the private sector, and also global agribusiness. And we were able to read a letter to Ambassador André Correia do Lago, which was the #1 person of the COP30 climate event that was held in Belém in November of 2025 in Brazil.
So we are going to the final, to the end of the day, and to show off all of you the closure keynote lecture. We are going to deliver a message to you all about the COP30 that we talked about a lot of here, and the role of the sustainability, the role of Brazil. We know that, I don't know about you, but this kind of discussions that we observed here, this kind of humanity, we put human touch in our agribusiness. We saw this with Borelli, for example. How can you put your human touch in the business? It is possible. We are reshaping the new agriculture. We are shaping the transformation of the agribusiness here in Brazil. And of course, I think all of you, and be in touch with all of you, especially international guests, we saw that all of you take your eyes brighten sometimes because, oh, I don't know that Brazil can do so many special and incredible things, not just talking about in the farm production, but also in the value chain, in all the whole chain that we are doing right now. So we saw yesterday, for example, a lot of samples about ESG movements. We saw a lot of about sustainability, especially of the companies, what we saw that Suzano are doing right now. So we saw the good position of Brazil. So our goal is to show you how important is the agriculture, is the agribusiness chain here in Brazil. So I think that we deliver this message to all of you, how Brazil is important in this sector and how we can promote this sector and to be better, not just for us in our country, but to be better for all the world. We know that we are going to have the special moment in COP30 that we are going to deliver right now. We are going to be with another 200 countries together, and how the sustainability of the agriculture can be a good examples to show to the world how we can achieve the heart of the people, and really shows what we are doing here in Brazil. Because yes, I am Brazilian, but what I took of these 2 days really took my heart. So I think it's the same with all of you. And I think you have a lot of insights and trends to come back to your countries and say, oh, what I saw in Brazil took my heart, in fact. So let's take our organizers here. So welcome to receive Roberto Rodrigues. But first of all, I would like to invite to the stage, please come on, Aidan and Marcos Fava Neves, to the end of the day.
So as far as I understand, we're not going to listen to Renata anymore, and I think she has done a wonderful job these 2 days. A difficult job because she needs to pay attention all time, reading the names, identifying, taking notes, and doing a wonderful summary. So thank you a lot. I also would like to let you know that we have Mr. Paulo Junqueira here with us, the president of the Rural Syndicate of Ribeirão Preto, doing a wonderful job to aggregate farmers. Obrigado, Paulo. And I want to call now to the stage for the final moment. This event will take less than 8 minutes. Really? Okay. Because you are tired and you must be prepared for our dinner this evening. So I would like to call first Professor and ex-Minister of Agriculture, Roberto Rodrigues, That's the biggest idol that we have in Brazil in agriculture today. So we made sure that you know a lot of Brazilians. So the opening stage that we had, now you have different people for the closing event. So you can see more of our authorities here. I would like to call Mr. Manuel Otero, President of IICA, to come here with us. I would like to call the Secretary of State the Secretary of Agriculture of the State of São Paulo, Guilherme Piai, to come here with us also. I would like to call Mônica Bergamaschi to come up here. She was also Secretary of Agriculture of the State of São Paulo, and she's the President of the Brazilian Agribusiness Association. So Mônica, please join us. And I would like to call one of the most important persons that we have in bioenergy in Brazil. Mr. Maurílio Biagi is the Honorary President of AgriShow here in Ribeirão Preto, which is the largest trade fair that we have in the Southern Hemisphere, and probably the most representative person of bioenergy in Brazil. He was up there in 1975 when Brazil launched the pro-ethanol program by the military to reduce our oil dependency. He had a very important role at that time. So now, when you listen about ethanol, flex fuel cars, I think Maurílio is a great representative of the business people that we have putting this ethanol thing to the world. So we also have with us the president of Embrapa. She would love to be here, but she's linked with us, Silvia Masrua. She's linked with us through Zoom. And we have with us Ambassador André Correia do Lago, which is the #1 person for COP30 that will happen in Belém. So they will be the testimonies of our process of reading the letter that we wrote since Sunday to summarize what agriculture can offer to the global climate crisis that we face. So I will call my personal friend and the president of IFAMA, Aidan Connolly, to start reading the document. I think it's 2 hours and a half. It's going to take... Yeah, 3 hours. We'll probably take it and finish it during the presidential dinner. Maybe not. Okay, so Aidan will start and I will finish, and then we will handle it officially to Professor Roberto Rodrigues. So, my president.
Nothing like the pressure of reading with an audience. Here we go. The problem, the need for increased food and bioenergy production to meet population growth, combat hunger, preserve the environment. In 2024, the global population will reach 8.2 billion inhabitants. Some regions continue to experience rapid population growth and urbanization. According to projections of the United Nations, the number of people in the world is expected to exceed 9.6 billion by 2050. Population growth, increased per capita income, and population aging and urbanization will result in a significant growth in global demand for food, fiber, and energy. A study published by the United States Department of Agriculture, USDA 2025, shows that imports of the major agricultural commodities are expected to grow significantly over the next 10 years, with emphasis on rice, 30% plus, pork, soybeans, chicken, corn, cotton, beef, and wheat. Furthermore, in 2024, more than 295 million people in 53 countries faced acute levels of hunger, according to the Global Report on Food Crisis, which represents an increase of almost 14 million people compared to 2023. In short, the world needs to increase production, protecting the environment, optimizing reuse of resources. This is a great challenge. How can agribusiness help? Agribusiness as a solution to climate change. I'm going to make the 8 minutes that you promised us, I'm going to just try to shorten this a bit. as a solution to climate change, technologies and innovations to increase efficiency and sustainability in food, bioenergy and fibre production. We're going to look for two possibilities to expand the production of food, bioenergy and other agricultural products in a sustainable way. These include horizontal growth in production, increasing land use, etc., greater productivity per area. When it comes to the point number one, the use of sustainable production systems and regenerative agriculture, we list quite a number of different things that could occur, including recovery of degraded pasture areas, crop rotation, direct planting, integrated systems, cultivation of planted forests, vertical cultivation, protected cultivation, organic cultivation, converting arid desert and savanna areas to environmental areas suitable for agriculture, and a circular economy. Number two, the use of technologies applied to the food chain, precision irrigation, technologies for weather forecasting, state-of-art machinery, drones and unmanned vehicles, agriculture, use of satellite images, increased internet connectivity, the use of artificial intelligence, blockchain traceability, marketplaces, online environments, digital communications, the use of 3D printing and cell cultures, digital education, and all technologies involved in post-harvest. Will I continue? Oh, I'm continuing. Okay, good. The use of bioinputs and genetic technologies. We are thinking about biodefensives, bioinsecticides, biofungicides, bioinputs into animal health and feed, phytochemicals, phytogenetics, semi-chemicals, biotechnologies, use of living organisms in the genetic modification of plants. The use of technologies for energy conservation would include ethanol, sugarcane, corn, cereals, beets, biodiesel, soybeans, palm, canola, biogas, biomethane, sustainable aviation fuel, green hydrogen integrated into agro-industries, biomass electricity, solar and wind energy, the use of light vehicles powered by biofuels, and electric car fueled by ethanol. Public policies, payment for environmental services, payment for decarbonization on farms, bioenergy decarbonization programs, biofuel incentive programs, and environmental policies with forest codes for the preservation of natural areas within farms. In conclusion, these 5 topics above were discussed, prepared by scientists, politicians, professors, researchers, students, professionals, and most interestingly for me, crowdsourced during this Congress. We of course had outside, and many of you contributed to make the changes to this document. I'm leaving the last one for my colleague here.
Thank you, Aidan. At the first IFAMA, I didn't need this one, but 30 years after, I do need it. So, the 35th edition of the most important World Agribusiness Congress, IFAMA World Conference, held in Ribeirão Preto, São Paulo, Brazil. These technologies and innovations of multiple products and solutions that have been developed and used by global agribusiness in quest to expand production in a sustainable manner. The goal to present this inventory to COP30 in Belém is to demonstrate in a solid and consistent way that agriculture can be part of the solution to climate change if public policies and private strategies are taken towards the expansion of the usage of these climate-smart technologies. Ribeirão Preto, São Paulo, Brazil, June 26, 2025, signed by Aidan Connolly, IFAMA President, and Marcos Fava Neves, the Conference Chair of IFAMA 2025. Thank you so much. Now, we are going to handle the letter to Mr. Roberto Rodrigues. Ambassador André already has the letter in his WhatsApp, and you also all have the letter in our WhatsApp group of this conference. Please spread it all over the world. Thank you. We will now invite Ambassador André for a quick message. He was so nice to attend us because he's in London now, so you can imagine that he is several hours ahead, and he got prepared to talk a little bit to us. So Ambassador André, thank you so much. Okay, he's going to connect again. So should we wait or okay, so we're going to wait a little bit for him to connect again. It's okay now? So, yeah. Sylvia, so can we have your final word for our conference? Thank you again for the connection.
Bom, boa tarde a todos. Vocês me ouvem?
Sim.
Primeiramente, gostaria de cumprimentar o Marcos Fava Neves, o chair do IFAMA 2025, cumprimentar o Aidan Connolly, presidente do IFAMA, também o embaixador André Correia do Lago, embaixador da COP, Dr. Roberto Rodrigues, embaixador especial da FAO para a COP 30, o secretário da Agricultura do Estado de São Paulo, Guilherme Piar. Dizer que para mim é uma honra muito grande estar participando aqui do encerramento. Eu sinto muito não estar participando aí, viu, Marcos, desse momento, né, dessa conferência, primeira vez a conferência aqui no Brasil, e com certeza teremos outras oportunidades, mas pela programação e pelo nível dos palestrantes, eu vi que foi muito rico a discussão, né, em um momento muito importante, que nós estamos aí há praticamente 4 meses da COP30, cada dia que passa eu fico mais assustada que a COP já está aí na nossa porta, né, que vai ocorrer aqui no Brasil, em Belém. Com certeza esse evento tem sido uma oportunidade para discutirmos, né, e como foi falado aí pelo presidente da IFAMA e pelo Marcos Fava Neves, a importância que tem a agricultura tropical, mostrando as soluções tecnológicas e que a gente pode fazer parte, né, da solução das mudanças climáticas. Nós sabemos que os sistemas agroalimentares têm um papel fundamental no desenvolvimento econômico, no combate à fome, na inclusão social, na proteção do meio ambiente, mas nós temos aí uma vulnerabilidade muito grande em relação aos riscos impostos, né, pelas alterações climáticas. Então, a gente precisa cada vez mais trabalhar trazendo as tecnologias que a gente tem desenvolvido na agricultura tropical, né, transferir e compartilhar isso também no cinturão tropical do país, para que a gente possa cada vez mais, né, aumentar a nossa produção, a nossa produtividade de maneira sustentável. Por parte da Embrapa, a gente tem trabalhado aí há mais de um ano numa jornada pelo clima, né, em maio, nós inauguramos os diálogos pelo clima, onde nós estamos passando por todos os biomas brasileiros e trazendo quais são os desafios e oportunidades, né, em cada bioma brasileiro. Já fizemos no Cerrado, no Pantanal, na próxima semana vamos estar na Amazônia, em Manaus, vamos em agosto no Pampa, e na Mata Atlântica, né, que vai ser o último em São Paulo, onde a gente quer trazer ali quais são os principais desafios que temos, né, em relação às mudanças climáticas, quais são as principais tecnologias que temos desenvolvido para adaptação às mudanças climáticas, mas também quais são as oportunidades que temos aí para enfrentar as emergências climáticas. E também, na nossa proposta da Embrapa, a gente criou a Casa da Agricultura Sustentável com vários parceiros, inclusive com o Senar, né, que é o Centro de Aprendizagem e Capacitação Técnica e Profissional no Brasil, onde a gente vai estar mostrando vitrines tecnológicas das nossas tecnologias, desde a fixação biológica de nitrogênio, integração lavoura-pecuária-floresta, LPF, parte de bioinsumos, sistemas agroflorestais. Vamos ter vitrines físicas, mas também todo um ambiente de vitrines virtuais, interativas, para a gente discutir, né, quais são os nossos desafios e oportunidades aí frente às mudanças climáticas, né? Mas, com certeza, a Embrapa, né, e com os seus parceiros, as universidades, os órgãos estaduais de pesquisa, a parceria público-privada que está conosco na Casa da Agricultura Sustentável, a gente quer mostrar, né, como, se a gente utilizar práticas mais sustentáveis, cada vez mais a gente pode ser aí a agricultura, o setor agropecuário pode contribuir aí com a mitigação dos gases de efeito estufa. Né? Nós já temos dados da Embrapa, por exemplo, né, pegando o sistema Integração Lavoura Pecuária Floresta, que mostra, em 12 anos de pesquisa com esse sistema, no Mato Grosso, no centro-oeste do país, comparando com a restauração florestal na mesma área, a gente mostra que a gente pode estocar 30 quilos de carbono por árvore, adotando práticas mais sustentáveis, enquanto só com a monocultura 20 quilos de carbono por árvore. Isso mostra 30% a mais, né, dentro de um sistema de integração lavoura-pecuária-floresta. Então, eu vejo muita oportunidade da gente estar mostrando que na nossa agricultura, que a gente tem 2, 3 safras, né, a gente pode, muitas vezes, adotando as práticas mais sustentáveis, fazer parte da solução para as mudanças climáticas, e nós temos um papel muito importante nisso, né, o Dr. Roberto Rodrigues tem liderado essa discussão, né, como enviado especial da COP, dentro da agricultura, e com certeza a Embrapa, né, as universidades, os órgãos estaduais de pesquisa, a gente pode trazer os resultados das nossas pesquisas para mostrar, para dar dados, informações, para mostrar como nós podemos contribuir aí com uma agricultura mais sustentável e com a sustentabilidade do planeta. E queria agradecer a oportunidade de estar aqui participando com vocês, mesmo que virtualmente. Espero que na próxima eu possa estar aí presencialmente, tá bom? Muito obrigada pela oportunidade, coloco a Embrapa à disposição de todos aí. Muito obrigada.
Muito obrigado, Silvia. So, as I told you, Silvia is the president of Embrapa, which is the largest and most important Brazilian research association. And it's a public-owned corporation, and one of the responsible for what you have seen here the last 3 to 4 days, the growth of Brazilian production. So thank you, Silvia, for your participation here. It's an honor for us to receive the president of Embrapa. I will now hand over to our professor, Roberto Rodrigues. And Roberto, when I told you guys that he's an idol, you must understand why. He had dinner in Europe yesterday, and he's here with us with no excuses, and he sent me a message, I should be in IFAMA for the closing event. This is why he's an idol for my generation, the younger, the older, and Professor Roberto Rodrigues, it's a big pleasure to receive you here. Thank you for the effort. I imagine how tired you are, but you are here with us. You're young.
Well, thank you, Marcos. Thank you very much. Good evening, everybody. I have a problem. I don't speak English. So you have another problem to understand my English or my Portuguese. What do you prefer? I prefer speaking Portuguese because my English is like Tarzan's English. Remember Tarzan? I've been in London yesterday, and Tarzan was very present in there. So here it's not that clear, but I speak English like Tarzan, and I miss Jane a little bit. But anyway, I will speak in Portuguese because it's easier for me. So, duas coisas. Primeiro, eu quero cumprimentar o Marcos Fava pela coragem da iniciativa de realizar esse evento aqui em Ribeirão Preto, no Brasil, depois de tantos anos trabalhando nesse ano. Coragem, qualidade, que é a cara desse rapaz. Esse rapaz é corajoso, trabalha com qualidade e trabalha sempre olhando para frente. Olha que esse evento é maravilhoso olhando para frente. Presidente, muito obrigado pela sua presença aqui conosco aqui também. É uma alegria tê-lo aqui, meus amigos do pódio. E senhoras e senhores, muito boa tarde a todos. Minha palavra vai ser curta. Estive ontem em Londres, está acontecendo em Londres essa semana, a Semana do Clima. Então, está tendo dezenas de eventos, e houve um evento anunciado, organizado pela Embaixada Brasileira, sobre agricultura. E eu fui fazer a palestra de abertura desse evento, muito interessante, porque havia muitos investidores, britânicos particularmente, interessados em conhecer a realidade brasileira, que é aquilo que a Silvia colocou aqui com muita clareza. Então, qual é a minha mensagem aos senhores? Bastante curta e bastante objetiva. O mundo vive hoje um momento muito grave, muito sério, de incertezas e de expectativas dramáticas. Ninguém sabe o que vai acontecer segunda-feira na cabeça do Trump, lá nos Estados Unidos. Vai fazer segunda, terça-feira que vem. Então, estamos todos pendentes de incertezas e de dificuldades de planejar o futuro. Qualquer que seja, porém, a incerteza planetária, uma coisa é certa, absolutamente certa. Está aqui conosco Paulo Junqueira, presidente do Sindicato Rural, que representa a agricultura brasileira com muita competência e que entende isso mais do que ninguém. Uma coisa é certa, o mundo vive hoje assombrado por 4 modernos cavaleiros do apocalipse, que são segurança alimentar, transição energética, mudanças climáticas e desigualdade social. 4 problemas que afetam a paz universalmente e afetam também o avanço das democracias, o mundo inteirinho. Esses 4 problemas têm que ser resolvidos pelo agro tropical do mundo. O cinturão tropical, América Latina, África, subsaariana, parte da Ásia também, porque nessa parte do mundo é que tem terra para aumentar a produção e a tecnologia ainda é baixa, podemos aumentar a produtividade com bastante rigor ainda. Então, nesse cenário, nós vamos indo para a COP em novembro aqui no Brasil. A COP 30 não é uma COP brasileira, não é uma COP do Brasil, não é uma COP da floresta, não é uma COP da agricultura do agronegócio, é uma COP do clima, quanto as demais. Mas em outras COPs anteriores, a agricultura ficou meio de lado, porque foram realizadas em países em que a energia era dominantemente comandada pelo petróleo ou outras formas de energia. E a agricultura ficou meio de lado nesse processo. O que nós queremos mostrar agora, e o documento que o IFAMA nos apresentou aqui, é um elemento fundamental, porque nós pretendemos fazer, é preparar um texto mostrando a história do agro brasileiro dos 50 anos. O que aconteceu no agro brasileiro dos 50 anos? Lembrando que há 50 anos atrás, o Brasil importava 30% da comida que consumia. Isso mudou como? Mudou com tecnologia tropical sustentável, ciência, mudou com empreendedorismo, políticas públicas que foram surgindo ao longo do tempo, em forma de soluços, mas foram acontecendo ao longo do tempo de maneira muito eficiente. Então, esses temas permitiram que o agro crescesse espetacularmente. Então, esse documento, alimentado agora pelo texto do IFAMA, quer mostrar ao mundo o que a agricultura tropical fez para dizer que ela é uma solução planetária e não um problema, uma solução para a fome no mundo, para a questão energética, para as soluções climáticas, gerando emprego, riqueza e renda. Isso nós queremos mostrar. Mas não queremos mostrar isso como se fosse uma estrada terminada, um caminho resolvido. A primeira parte desse documento é contar história. A segunda parte é mostrar o que vem pela frente. O que vem pela frente, o presidente André Corrêa do Lago, da COP, tem muito interesse em que a COP tenha resultados concretos. Não seja mais uma reunião com milhares de assinaturas muito bonitas e compromissos muito lindos que não saem do papel. Ele quer fazer as coisas acontecerem de fato. Então, nós queremos também mostrar que a agricultura brasileira pode levar ao mundo tropical inteirinho o que foi aprendido aqui, em 50 anos, com tecnologia tropical, sustentável, com organizações de políticas públicas, com cadeias produtivas articuladas e consensadas, para que isso seja replicado no mundo tropical com eficiência e competitividade. Isso é fundamental que aconteça acompanhado de 2 outros pontos. Primeiro, é que o Brasil se ressente de um problema de legalidade. Os agricultores brasileiros, os produtores rurais brasileiros são empreendedores, são eficientes, são verdadeiros. Mas no Brasil tem bandidos que desmatam ilegalmente, que incendeiam florestas, que invadem terras, que não cumprem as leis ambientais, que não cumprem a questão dos garimpos clandestinos. Então, é preciso eliminar essas ilegalidades para que o agro surja limpo como ele é, competitivo, sustentável, tropical e eficiente. Esse é o segundo ponto. E o terceiro ponto é buscar soluções financeiras para modelos do mercado de carbono, que tem que crescer aqui, pagamentos de serviços ambientais, garantindo ao produtor um retorno àquilo que tem feito com ciência e tecnologia. A base é ciência. Nós queremos mostrar ao mundo que a ciência tropical é que fez do Brasil o competidor que ele é. Então, a ideia é essa. E nesse documento, obviamente, nós vamos falar das cadeias produtivas. Então, não é agricultura apenas, fertilizantes, defensivos, máquinas, serviços como crédito, seguro, tudo que permitiu, e a indústria da transformação também, que permitiu que as cadeias levassem essa condição do Brasil sair, em 50 anos, de um país que importava 30% da comida, para um país que exporta para 200 países do mundo inteirinho. Então, esse é o objetivo nosso na COP, e contamos muito fortemente com a Embrapa, com a Silvia, a equipe dela, e com as instituições ligadas ao agronegócio aqui no Brasil, que estão participando da elaboração desse documento articulado e universal. Nós queremos uma coisa única, não queremos que cada instituição apresente seu documento, porque isso pode, inclusive, criar contradições ao longo do processo. A ideia é ter uma coisa articulada, que todos estejamos juntos. E o que o Marcos, o nosso presidente, quando ele fez aqui com a IFAMA Preto, é o modelo que nós queremos fazer na COP. Todo mundo junto, integrados. Está aqui conosco o diretor-geral do IICA, Instituto Interamericano de Cooperação Agrícola, que vai se somar a esse processo também, uma direção harmoniosa, na direção de que o agrotropical é a resposta para os grandes problemas no mundo contemporâneo. Vamos trabalhar juntos nisso, insistentemente, para que cheguemos a um resultado da COP, trazendo ao mundo inteiro a agricultura tropical como solução indiscutível para os problemas da humanidade. Dito isso, muito obrigado, Marco, muito obrigado, meu presidente, queridos companheiros aqui do painel, sucesso a todos. Estive ontem com o embaixador André Correia do Lago em Londres, ele está entusiasmadíssimo com o processo e está com uma visão muito clara de que essa COP não vai ficar no papel, vai ter resultados concretos pela frente. Muito obrigado, parabéns, Marcos, e até a próxima, se Deus quiser.
O embaixador não conseguiu conectar, mas ele mandou um áudio que nós vamos ouvir oportunamente. Antes do áudio ser tocado aqui para nós, eu queria fazer alguns agradecimentos e depois passar para o encerramento oficial do AIDA. Só que eu vou voltar para o inglês. Thank you, Professor Roberto Rodrigues, for your work towards the future of peace, the future of food, the future of agribusiness, and he summarized it here, the possibilities. It was the same message that we received from Embrapa, all the technologies that agriculture can solve, and that our ambassador wants to make this COP30 in Belém something that's going to be very useful, and what's discussed over there applied, and not only a document signed by a lot of researchers and community like the previous COPs that we had. So he wants to make that a project and to move forward to implement what's going to be discussed over there. So I would like at this moment, it's my last chance to talk to the participants. Thank you all for staying so late. I think it's the largest audience that I have ever seen in the last day of IFAMA conference. You were great. We had more than almost 500 people here from 40 countries. The case study competition was a huge success. Today we had the finals and the results will be presented this evening, but we had the CEO of SLC, the CEO of Ativos, they were here, and the two companies are very satisfied with what happened. We had the academic symposium, receiving more than 200 papers, 130 research innovations were presented at Harven Agribusiness School. So thank you, Rodrigo, and all the reviewers that did a very, very difficult job of selecting the best papers to be published in our conference. So this was great. And I also would like to thank Diana, FB Group, did a wonderful job of organizing the conference. And with their support, we had a much easier job when we went together to Spain to put Ribeirão Preto as a candidate to receive this conference. So we went together, it was investment of FB, they went there with us, and we were able to bring it. So it's a partnership. We were responsible for the content, they were responsible for all the infrastructure and logistics, and this worked well. So thank you, Diana, thank you, FB Group. It was a great partner. I want to point out to my cousin, Roberto Faviscari, and in his name, thank all Harven team. Harven was absolutely great. You could see how the students had passion to help all the foreigners, helping them how to pay food, helping them how to choose, and even explaining the types of food that you had in the symposium days. And also here, they were freezing outside to make us take the right direction from the hotel to the conference. So Harven gave a lot to IFAMA, because all the infrastructure, everything that we had over there was offered for free by Harven to IFAMA. So this helped a lot our organization to have a conference that could be affordable for you to register. So thank you, Roberto, and all the Harven team. Thank you to all IFAMA members, the board that was here, that made us possible to organize this conference, helping a lot. Esteban, in your name, that participated every day almost in the conference, I would like to recognize all the IFAMA friends that came over here, did presentations, all the companies that came here and gave presentations. Any of these companies has charged anything from us, so they came by themselves. They had all their expenses covered, and the lectures were all for free, also to make the conference affordable, because we know the costs of everything that we are facing over here. I also would like to thank the organization that I'm proud to be created with friends, to create with friends 21 years ago. That's Marques Stratz. And in the name of Mateus, Tássia, Luciano, and several other of our members that are here, they also gave a huge help to make the conference happen, and thank you. It was great. Thank you. And also for all the employees and the people that were helping us at the hotel, at the restaurants, over here, doing security, helping us with water. I think they also deserve a round of applause, helping us with the equipments, with the audios and everything. So thank you for a wonderful service you provided. The translation, thank you. Wonderful ladies, thank you so much for the translation. Eu esqueci alguém ou não? Para não fazer nenhuma gafe, eu esqueci alguém. Quem? O áudio. So now we have the audio of Ambassador André Correia do Lago that now is available for you. So let's listen to it, please.
Boa tarde de Londres, onde eu estou participando da Semana de Mudança do Clima, e é uma alegria poder falar com vocês. Eu estava com o nosso Roberto Rodrigues aqui em Londres, e agora estamos aqui pensando muito em vocês e pensando no extraordinário papel que a agricultura brasileira vai ter durante a COP30, e queria dizer que vai ser um dos maiores destaques da agenda de ação. A agenda de ação que o Brasil propôs foi muito bem recebida aqui, porque nós estamos usando os temas e as prioridades do GST, né, que é o Balanço Geral do Acordo de Paris, e, portanto, nós vamos abordar os vários aspectos da relação entre a agricultura e a mudança do clima. Como todos sabem, aí o Roberto Rodrigues é o enviado especial para a agricultura da COP30, e é uma honra para todos nós que ele tenha aceito, e vocês têm que saber que ele manda completamente no presidente da COP. Então vocês digam para ele o que precisam e ele vai me transmitir. Mas eu realmente tenho muito orgulho da gente poder trabalhar juntos na preparação dessa COP, e nos próximos meses vamos fazer todo o possível para ter uma agenda de ação de agricultura extraordinária. Então, mando aí um fortíssimo abraço para vocês e um grande agradecimento pelo convite.
Thank you, Ambassador André, and he's recognizing the efforts of IFAMA and he told us that the letter will have a lot of impact because Roberto Rodrigues is the appointed person to take the messages from agriculture to copy, so he has all the messages that you have in your phone now. We can take it forward. Just to close and call my personal friend Aidan Connolly to talk about the next conference and to finish our seminar. I forgot to say a big thank you to Catherine and Mara, the staff from IFAMA. They work a lot to make this conference happen. Also to register that we have with us, we have here two ex-presidents, Hector Lawrence, Johan van Rooyen from Argentina and from South Africa. It's always good to receive them here. We have several fellows. In the name of Greg Baker, I would like to give a hug in all of you and thank you for supporting our conference here in Brazil. And finally, I have to thank to my family, to my wife, for the wonderful dinner you organized in our house yesterday for the board of IFAMA, their wives, their husbands, and it was unforgettable for all of us. Thanks a lot. Now to finish, the big guy, our president, Aidan Connolly.
Obrigado de novo para todos. Realmente esse foi fantástico. Por favor, please give them a round of applause. We're going to try to mix English and Portuguese. Let's see how this works. Firstly, I started off by saying the future is better than you think. Para mim, o futuro é bem melhor que as pessoas imaginavam. Temos tantas histórias, principalmente na parte agropecuária, de sucesso, principalmente aqui no Brasil, e estamos aqui para aprender o que você está fazendo. Espero que não vai demorar 35 anos de voltar, porque é a primeira vez em 35 anos que esse congresso aconteceu aqui no Brasil. We have learned so much, not just about how agriculture has success stories, but also the success stories of Brazil. Some people were asking me, Marcus, why are so many companies on stage talking about their success? Because there are so many great stories to tell. And it was very empowering, very positive. It was very exciting to see the innovation in sustainability. We used the word maybe too much, but it was used. But the innovations in all aspects, and of course the conference covered all of the hot topics that we would consider to be the most important in agriculture: artificial intelligence, microbial, understanding microbes in the soils, in the animals, in the plants, everything we can do to become more natural, increase productivity, issues with labor. All of the hot topics were here. 35 years of IFAMA, we never came to Brazil with Marcos, Roberto, and their team at Harven. They made it possible. Thank you again. It's impossible to compliment or thank everybody because Marcus has done everything for me, so luckily I'm not going to do it again. I am looking forward, as he describes, an Irish Brazilian, an Irishman who lived in Brazil for 4 years, to welcome you all to our conference next year in Cork, in Ireland. We'd love to see you there in the same numbers. We think Brazil continues to have a story that needs to be heard in Ireland, globally. And we'd like to thank you all again for being here. So just one more word in Brazilian. Obrigado pela parte de IFAMA para um evento fantástico. Foi maravilhoso tudo que você fez durante esses últimos 4 dias, 5 dias. Nem imaginava. E eu achei que seria bom, superava meus expectativas. E obrigado de novo para todo. Esperamos, we're going to have a dinner, as you know, tonight for those who've registered. So the buses will be leaving at 7 o'clock. But before we go, one last round of applause for everybody, for yourselves, and for everybody here today. Thank you. Obrigado.
So we have around 35 videos of 10 to 12 minutes of all the participants that delivered speeches during the IFAMA forum. So companies from the beef business, cooperatives, from the grain, poultry, fruit, coffee. So this material is all available for you at the playlist that we're calling the IFAMA playlist. You can find here in our YouTube channel. And this is a material that you can use with your students, and you can play some of these lectures and tell them to watch and then to discuss during classroom. So it's a kind of a depository. It's a place where you're going to find a lot of material to use in agribusiness classes, and this is one of the purposes of this video, is to let you know that this collection is available for you. So now we are finishing, and we will invite you to see a collection of other pictures that made this one of the greatest conferences of IFAMA all time. It was a pleasure because now we have Ribeirão Preto and Brazil in the history of IFAMA as one of the 36 cities where we had the conference happening since the beginning of the association in 1990, again created by our big idol Ray Goldberg.